Hey, challengers! This is a tutorial for your meal plan. Now, your coach assigned you one that will best meet you where you're at or guide you to where you should be. This is not your only option for this challenge, just as a reminder. You can log in MyFitnessPal. You can use this food plan list to guide you in that if you want to be a little bit more free. But if you want to start losing weight right out the gate, following this meal plan is a good idea. And you can always transition to macros, your own, meaning your full macros, logging, seeing what everything calculates up to mid-challenge. That's where you work directly with your coach. So for this tutorial, we're looking at the meal plan 1,000 calories. Don't freak out. This is not something we put people on normally. This is for somebody who is coming in eating severely low and we want to reverse diet up. So as you will see on the side here, follow my cursor over to here. These are your macros per serving size. So if you were to take 23 times the amount of calories in the protein, it would be 23 times 4, because 1 gram equals 4 calories. Okay, so that would equal calories. So 23 times 4 equals calories. So that would be, like 100, about 100 calories right there. That's, roughly. So here is your foods for your protein, for your fats, for your carbs, for your veggies. It is imperative, if you're following this plan, that you just stick to this plan. Okay, so when it says on the next page 1 serving of protein and you pick one, you have to have the full amount. So for example, 1 egg and 4 egg whites. You have to have all of that. You can't just pick 1 egg. Okay, you have to have 1 egg plus 4 egg whites, or if you do the 1 cup egg whites, the whole thing. If you do 1 cup cottage cheese, have to do the whole thing. I know this seems pretty simple to go over, but you would be surprised how many people get confused. So if you're having lean ground beef, you have to have 4 ounces. This is where you want a food scale. If you're having lean ground chicken, you have to have 4.1 ounces to equal a 23 grams. Over here in the fat category, it's the same thing. So these macros are a little bit different because they're going to look lower because fat has double the energy per gram. So 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. Okay, so if you were to times 8 times 9, that's 72 calories. So 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, you have to have the full thing for it to equal 8 grams of fat. Okay, and down. Now this ghee butter, this is preferred because it's the highest quality. Ghee butter is grass-fed, and you're not going to have some of the unhealthy fats, as much of them in ghee butter as you would just regular butter. But if you want to do just regular butter, that's just fine. So notice it's just 2 teaspoons to equal 10 grams. What else on here? Let's see. So salad dressing, okay, there's no macros associated with that because salad dressing, it varies, but it says here low carb, 5 grams or less, and no more than 11 grams of fat. So I could have put 11 grams there, but there are, sometimes they're 12, sometimes they're 14. You will be okay with that. I've created this plan to allow for a little bit of wiggle room, but to create a plan like this that works for people in this calorie level, we need to stick with these macro numbers. Carbs over here, same type of thing, okay? Meaning you have to eat the amounts to get the full amount of macros. Let's go here to like Ezekiel bread. If you do not want to do Ezekiel bread, but you want to do just a high quality wheat bread, you just have to find how many servings, which will probably be 1, will equal closest to 22.5 grams. You can go up to 24. Some breads usually are between 19 to 24 grams of carbs. Okay, so here with Ezekiel, it's a higher quality bread, plus you get 1.5 slices. All right, let's see what else might be confusing. On these potatoes, you have to have a food scale to weigh them out. Absolutely, potatoes are calorically dense, and carbs add up really quickly, so you need a food scale. And then down here, these are the best fruits. They're lower glycemic, and they're the best ones. It doesn't mean you can't eat a banana, okay? You can, but if you're going to eat anything off this food list, anything not on this food list, you need to be logging in MyFitnessPal. Okay, this is step one before MyFitnessPal. If you want to do MyFitnessPal, you can follow this plan and put it in MyFitnessPal. That will help you learn how to use it. But if you want to just, we had a gal, 65-year-old, lost 20 pounds last challenge just following this food list. And so it works. So over here, veggies, okay? Now you can do any veggies except peas, carrots, corn, eggplant, and beets, okay? These have more sugars in them than we'd like. And if you were to log in your own on MyFitnessPal and still meet your numbers, you could make these work. But to make it easiest, we picked the best veggies for weight loss, all right? So if something's not on this list, you can eat it as long as it's not these. So these are just some examples, okay? Now these can be loosely tracked. See, as you can see here, it's minimal grams, okay, of carbs. So veggies are carbs. So this is where that you can eyeball things, okay? You don't need to weigh and measure as far as eyeball, or you can, just throw greens in 3 cups. But for all intents and purposes, I want you guys trying to get more leafy greens in. And the best way to do that is just say, all right, what meal am I having a big salad? Lunch is a good one, because these leafy greens do so much for your body and for your mind, and as far as keeping you full with fiber and water, and it's going to help you drop weight, okay? So let's go down over here, move my little face. On these hints down here, you can combine all your servings of veggies for a big salad. So that's an easy way to do it. You can switch your meals around throughout the day, meaning on the next page, you're not going to have to go in that order. Stick to the foods on the plan to ensure accurate caloric intake. Again, if you want to vary off, you need to tell your coach, I'm going to vary off and start logging in MyFitnessPal. And you need their assistance for the first couple of days. Use a scale to weigh your meats and potatoes. This is essential. You can get food scales off of Amazon, Target, Walmart. You can combine your half serving of carbs at your snacks to equal 1 serving at either snack time. That will become more clear on the next page. If you don't eat all your protein at one meal, you can transfer the remaining macros to another meal. That is totally acceptable. If you aren't getting your veggie portions in, please add green supplement to your regimen. Green supplement I love is Purate, Puratae, and also athletic greens are really good. We do have some greens here though as well. The veggies can be loosely tracked since they are low in calories. Make sure to stay away from the veggies on the don't eat list. Again, if you want to eat the veggies on the don't eat list, you just have to measure them and count them, and they're going to have more macronutrients. They're going to have more grams. That'll go towards your carbs. All right, let's go to over here. This is where we spell it out, pretty plain as day. For if you were eating 1,000 calories a day, and you just need to pick one protein, you need to eat the entire thing. You need to eat 1 carb off the carb list, and then 1 veggie. Meal 2, a half a protein. Keep in mind, think around 12 grams is your target. With these targets I set, anywhere between 2 to 3 grams variance is fine, even up to 5. But consider if you did 5 grams of variance every meal, that would equal to about 25 grams extra through the day, and extra 100 calories if you did on the plus side. If you did on the minus side, you would be that much lower. So try and stick as close as possible, but don't let it completely stress you out. Then a half a carb, okay? So you would just pick whatever carb you're picking, you just do half the number. 1 meal 3, 1 protein, 1 carb or veggie, and then 1 fat up to 8 grams. Meal 4, half protein, okay, 12 grams, half a carb. Meal 5, 1 protein, 1 veggie, 1 fat up to 11 grams. Okay, this hint list is the same as before. So, some of you may think, oh, why is this so, why aren't the numbers more solid? I want to give you the most food and the most options as possible to get you to your goals. I can make this a little bit more straightforward and limit the foods, okay, and limit your choices so it could, attract the masses or work for the masses. I wanted to give you the most food options in the most amount to get you to your goal, okay? So, hopefully that helps. Again, I can't state enough communication between you and your coach, meaning that if you vary from this food plan, if you're not eating off the food plan and the recommended amount, you absolutely 100% need to log in MyFitnessPal. So if you want to learn macros that will sustain you, after this challenge, start logging in MyFitnessPal at some point during this challenge so you can learn it. You can also view the MyFitnessPal tutorial. We cover everything in there, but if there's things we haven't covered, please reach out to your coach. Okay, so I think that's all I have, and let me know if you have any questions.